The time now, 25 minutes to 1. Let's welcome in the studio my lovely guest of the day. It's Jennifer Hamley. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, lovely to see you.
Now, I'm drawn to you immediately because, of course, Hamley's is a famous toy shop in London. It has, warm memories for a lot of people, doesn't it? You're not related to the Hamley family?
Unfortunately not, no.
Yeah, it's probably owned by the Q80s these days,
probably.
Like a lot of London. Now, Jennifer is a handbag designer, and in fact, she's just won some awards, despite the fact that her little business is very new. And we'll talk about that in detail in a moment, because it's very exciting and involves New York. But let's talk a bit about you. You're married. You've got a chap called Ben, who's your husband. He teaches yoga, doesn't he? Is that
He
right?
does, yeah. He's currently a rigger and a yoga teacher.
A rigger?
A rigger, so he works for TV shows and festivals and things like that. And
was he at Glastonbury?
Yeah, he was not, no. He does scaffolding sometimes as well, so he's a scaffolding, labouring yoga teacher.
Okay. The yoga, though, you have to be quite relaxed. I mean, you're quite an upbeat, jolly person. Mm-hmm. Is he the yin to your yang in the relationship?
He is, yeah. He does. He's the guy that gets things done, and I'm the creative.
Okay. Now, you've got a love of art, I'm sure, which goes back to your childhood. Were you always scribbling things down when you were a youngster?
Yes, always designing things, always the dream house, the dream anything. Yeah.
It's easy on paper. When you actually cost it up, it can be expensive.
Yeah.
Now, you studied at the University of Northumbria. I think it was furniture and interiors you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
At that point in your life, you're young now, but you were even younger then, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What were your ambitions at that time? What did you want to do?
World famous furniture designer, obviously.
Don't rule it out. I mean, there's still plenty of time for that in the future.
Yeah, I think there's a link between handbags and furniture. It's that practicality thing, which is,
You've got to come up with your own chair. Because if you come up with a chair that catches on, I mean, you enter legend, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Now, some of the things you've done over the years are quite apart from your professional work in designing. You worked as a chalet host, and I see that you won Chalet of the Season twice.
I did.
Where was this?
Once in Colorado, in Breckenridge, and once in Des Alpes in France.
How did you get into that?
Just good at cleaning and cooking, I suppose.
It is quite hard work, though, being a chalet host like that.
It really is, yeah. Until you get it down, then it's, you get a lot of time on the mountain, which is good.
And are the customers quite demanding?
Some are very calm. Others are very. We had an incident with a lady who wanted her egg cooked perfectly. It was, cook it again.
Was she American?
Times. She wasn't, no, she was British.
Yeah, I bet you felt like cracking it over her head at one point, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, dear, oh dear. So you worked in France and in America. Out of those two places, what were best for skiing out of the two, if you had to pick one?
America, definitely, yeah. Lots of fresh snow.
And you had an opportunity to just do a bit of skiing yourself then, did you?
Oh, yes. Skiing and snowboarding, yeah.
Blimey. But you've got to concentrate on these meals, though, haven't you?
Kind of. You have the
cooking for 16 guests, and also you have to make the beds, do you, and keep it all tidy and everything. Well, you also, interestingly, worked on luxury yachts as a stewardess, high-class dining service. Tell me about that, because I think you were on 2 yachts, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
Where was this?
That was on Med, so in the south of France.
Was that after the chalet?
It was.
So you add a little bit on your CV. Mm-hmm. You can do it on dry land. You can probably do it at sea.
You can probably do it on sea.
Describe these yachts then. What sort of size were they?
The longest one I worked on was 100 metres long. Ooh. And that was the guy that owned Kingfisher Airways.
Blimey,
so yeah, that's a big yacht.
God, I've got a feeling he made his money from the lager originally, didn't he? The Kingfisher chap?
I don't think he has Kingfisher Airways anymore, but he does have the lager. So.
And what sort of people were coming onto the yacht?
Very rich people. Yeah. But really friendly and
What was your accommodation like?
Tiny, very very small.
You mentioned film stars. Then is it anyone that we'd know?
Nope.
My mind's gone blank. You're being very discreet. Did you ever experience any rough weather when you were on these luxury yachts?
Yes. Yeah.
What was that like?
It can be quite frightening.
Did you have faith in the captain?
I'll say yes, because just in case he.
Fair enough. Well, that was an interesting point of your life. You've also run a few marathons, I think. How many have you run?
2.
All right. Which ones?
Snowdonia.
Oh, blimey. Mm-hmm. Very tiring, though, isn't it?
Very tiring, yeah.
I see that you're also interested in NLP, which a lot of people are these days, neuro-linguistic programming, which is a way to sort of rewiring your brain and having a positive attitude in life. How did you get into that?
It was through building a business and wanting a more positive attitude, unblocking things that might be holding me back. So it's just a hobby that
because it is all about the way you approach things. I mean, say you're scared, I don't know, of driving or something like that. the fear is entirely of your own creation in your mind, isn't it? You've just got to rethink about it in a different way, haven't you?
Yeah. It's seeing what's possible for other people and knowing it's possible for you as well, which is a great way to look at it.
Now let's talk about your first label, the cult brand Head Full of Feathers. You studied millinery, didn't you? With
I did,
an
yes.
individual which you called a Rose Corrie. Who's Rose Corrie then?
She used to design hats for the late Queen Mother.
Oh, did she?
So, yeah,
Gosh,
she does
a
courses
bit of a
now.
coup designing for her, I should imagine. Although, having said that, I'd have to look at them again to see what I thought of them in retrospect.
Yeah.
I mean, she often would wear hats, though, wouldn't she? Oh, God, that's a high-end hat designer then, isn't it? And when you ran, I don't know if you still do run Head Full of Feathers, but you did for a while. You created bespoke headpieces and cocktail hats. That must have been nice to see. But what sort of? Do you ever do these fascinators as well?
I did, yeah, for weddings, horse races. That
Ladies'
kind of
Day
thing.
at Ascot.
Yes, lots of those.
Yeah, doesn't it take a little bit of guts to wear some of those hats? So I'm not
Yes.
saying that the designs were, ridiculous, but sometimes you've got to have a little bit of gumption, or maybe a glass of champagne.
Champagne helps.
Now you expanded, I know, into jewellery and accessory design, and I suppose it was then that you decided to concentrate on handbags. Why did you go for handbags?
I have always loved handbags, and I started with my jewellery and accessories, started making handbags, and that's when I thought I just like the designing rather than making. So that's when I decided to move on and design and get someone else to make them.
Well, it is a very new company. You only founded it last year. It's Jennifer Hamley England is the name of your company. Luxury leather handbags and leather goods, the embodiment of empowerment and inspiration for strong entrepreneurial women. And I would add transvestites, because I wouldn't rule out men. I mean, there's a lot of transvestites who've got money who could buy a handbag if they wanted.
Well, exactly, and yeah.
There's something about handbags, because the handbag to a woman who likes handbags is more than something to carry things in. It's much more than that, isn't it?
It definitely is, yeah. It's kind of, it's how it makes you feel. It's really, it can make you feel strong if you feel good about what you're carrying.
And some people desire particular brands of handbags to a ridiculous extent, don't they? And you're probably one of them.
I am, yeah. I have a couple of designer ones that are probably a lot more money than I should have spent on them.
Yeah, and when a star, because it is a star, is photographed in the newspaper or in a magazine with a particular, perhaps a limited edition handbag, they become very sought after, don't they?
They do. They tend to sell out very quickly.
And then you get copies, don't you, made, abroad. Somewhere else, they'll churn out some sort, like they do in all fashion, a cheaper version, but not the same as the original.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Why did you decide to focus so much on handbags, though?
I think it goes back to the furniture, like the practicality and all that things, and the fact that you do carry a bit like your listener before with his poem. We do like to carry so much stuff with us that it's just that challenge of making it all look amazing and make you have everything that you want with you.
Now, prior to launch, you actually studied handbag design at the London College of Fashion. Now, you already had a background in art. You studied, as we know, at university, and you knew about design and stuff.
Yeah.
What did you learn on that particular course at the London College of Fashion?
About designing and manufacturing elsewhere, which was a really, really important step from making my own bags.
So you come up with the designs yourself, though, and you send them off to get made abroad somewhere at a price that you could afford, and it taught you all the ins and outs of the industry.
It did, yeah.
Because many people who launch their own companies, particularly fashion, which is so sort of here today, gone tomorrow, you've got to get your figures in place, haven't you?
Yes, you do, yeah. It can be really easy to overspend on samples or anything, and then...
Okay, well, tell us how you go about designing a handbag. You've got a handbag in front of you there. It's a lovely big leather one, quite a large one. It's about sort of 2 foot by, 1.5 feet. It's a sort of satchel-sized handbag. When you sit down designing a handbag, what do you do? Do you do it with a piece of paper and a pencil?
I am old school. I like pen and pencil and paper.
And you keep refining it, presumably, do you?
Yeah, it starts off without the pen and pencil. It's pen and paper. It's I ask a lot of questions about what people want and what sort of things are going, what they need to carry in it, what shapes they like. This one here is actually a unisex one, so that's why we've got the...
I see, the darker colour could be used by a man.
Yeah, yes, not just transvestites.
And lots of people like these different little compartments inside the bag. I mentioned it a moment ago. People want some these days for an iPod or an iPad or a phone, or, if it's a woman, for particular, maybe sweets or personal items and stuff. They like to put things in different compartments, don't they? So you have to think about that and the actual sort of logistics of putting them inside the bag and designing the compartments and how the stitching all comes together.
Yeah, it all has to be... That's one of the big things I learnt on my course, was the structure of the bag and how it would be made, you know, when you do have all those sections and things.
Just do your zipper there so we can hear the sound of the zipper. Oh, yes. Open it up then. What's it look like inside?
Ooh.
This is quite a substantial handbag. So, oh, God.
It
So
is.
on first showing, you've got lots of different compartments at the front there anyway, haven't you? And then inside, just tip it towards me slightly so I can see. Yeah, lots of... I mean, there's a lot of design has gone into that. Did you try out lots of different earlier designs, prototypes, before you came up with that version?
I did, yeah. I always make card models of every bag as well, so I test out the size and things.
Card,
before.
eh? What, with sellotape? They could get it with sellotape?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the merest thing not being quite right, maybe the strap is too short, too long, or a little bit of material which sticks into the side of your thigh or something, you've got to actually build a copy before you can work that out, haven't you?
Yes.
So a lot of trial and error has gone into that.
Yeah, and actually this one has been very slightly redeveloped as well, so little things on that will change as well.
Well, you are to be congratulated because your new collection, which is launching, you have been awarded a couple of awards at the Independent Handbag Designer Awards in New York. Did you go to New York?
I did go to New York.
Blimey O'Reilly. And you won in the category Stand Out and Look Great Work Bag. And you also won the audience fan favourite, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, from InStyle magazine.
Now, when you flew out to New York, you had no idea that you were going to win anything.
No,
you
not
could have
at
been
all.
chucking money away
I could
on
have
your
been.
hotel and on your... How long did you stay in New York for?
For 5 days.
Blimey. So you made a bit of a holiday of it as well,
Yes,
I suppose.
of course, yeah.
Tell me about the awards ceremony. Who was there?
There were lots of other finalists.
Is it handbag manufacturers from around the world, is it?
People from the handbag industry and fashion industry, lots of New York socially people as well.
Schmoozers, movers and shakers.
Yeah,
and the evening itself, I mean, you were up for a couple of awards, but you had no idea whether you were going to win. Were you on your own? Did you have any family members
I
with you?
had Ben with me.
Your husband was with you.
Yes.
How did you feel when they called your name out?
I was shocked, very, very shocked, yeah. And actually the second award, I was only up for one award, so the fan favourite was a complete surprise.
Wow.
So yeah.
Did you have a drink afterwards?
I did. I had cosmopolitans on a rooftop garden, which was
Blimey.
very lovely.
Gosh,
very New York.
That must have been wonderful. For you in your world, it's a bit like winning an Oscar, isn't it, I suppose?
Yes, definitely.
And
yeah.
also, as it's a new company, you've only just started it last year, it's a good way of getting the thing up and running, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Because
yeah,
you can
it's
say
amazing.
immediately that you've won something. Now, you've got your launch collection, haven't you? How many different bags are in that? Is it just the one, or have you got several different types?
There's the unisex bag from the awards, and then there's going to be 3 ladies' bags as well.
Blimey O'Reilly. And are you fiendishly working on new designs at the moment?
Yes, I can't stop myself. I just want to make more. And
But you're a one-man band pretty much, aren't you? I mean,
Yes.
you've got to do everything yourself, and there's a lot of pressure on you. And I suppose at the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, you've got to sell them, haven't you? Otherwise, you could have been chucking money away.
exactly, yeah. And you
Yeah.
don't want to do that. So yeah.
Having said that, you've got a little fillip from winning the awards there, haven't you? Which is looking good.
Yeah.
How do you feel in 10 years' time where you're going to be? Ambition goes well.
Oh, yeah. It's you barely dare to think, but yeah, I've got high hopes and big dreams.
Okay, and what's been the reaction of people that you've approached so far with your launch collection?
They've been really positive. Yeah, it's been wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah.
very exciting.
How many years before you turn a profit?
I'm already making a profit.
Okay, well, I think you should be congratulated because you've got off your backside, you've designed stuff from scratch, you've commissioned it, you've got it made, you've pushed it out into the marketplace. When is the official launch of your actual collection?
Hopefully this September.
Okie dokie. So
Yeah.
you're working away, you're beavering
Yeah.
away on it at the moment.
Yeah, I got like lots of people at the launch party. So.
And have you
If
got
anyone
full
wants to
support?
come.
Have you got full support from your family?
Oh yes, yeah.
Nobody's ever said you're wasting your time.
No, that's another thing NLP helped me with. I thought they were saying that, but they were not.
Of course they weren't. How do you feel when you see people with your bags? It must be lovely for you when you see
Yes.
people carrying one of your bags.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, when people recognise me as well and I don't know them and they're carrying something, yeah, it blows my mind.
Why is it that some bags, and you can never predict which one it is, take off though? I mean, it doesn't seem to me to have almost anything to do with design. It's just something about the zeitgeist. A particular bag will catch the imagination. You don't know if this bag you've created will be the next bag that will do that, or the one after that, or some other bag. What is that elusive quality that they've got?
It goes back again to how something makes somebody feel, I think. If you get the right message out there and you get lots of people behind it, especially celebrities, something like that, then yeah, it really does take off.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily have to be practical, because some of the bags that have been popular have been massive and some quite titchy. You can't put that much in.
Can't get much in at all.
So you can't second guess it, can you?
No.
Okay, well, every success to you. I hope the company
Thank you
goes
so
well.
much.
Good luck with your launch collection. That's Jennifer Hamley, local handbag designer. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.